This weekend, we are back in Homer for an adventure that takes us all the way across Kachemak Bay over to Halibut Cove. Famously known throughout the state for its floating oyster bar, floating post office, incredible views, and for the fact that it sits right along the shores of Kachemak Bay State Park. But before we can actually show you Halibut Cove and the epic waterfront property that we found for the weekend, we're jumping on a boat to head 12 miles across the bay. Can I ask you a question quick?
Sure.
Is it Makos or Makos?
Mako.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the first time we moved to Alaska, we actually jumped on a Makos taxi ride super spontaneously. The water was super blue, super beautiful. So we may or may not have high expectations for this boat ride. There goes our only source out of here, Tyler.
I got kayak.
Bye. Welcome to the CoHost Cabana. Our initial plans were to show you guys around on our last morning here, but when we got here, I realized I was way too giddy and excited. Oh my gosh. So cool. Look at this view. So we're gonna do it right now. Before we even go inside, I wanna tell you a little bit about the outside of this property, because as you can see, it's a really beautiful shade of red. And the story is that Eric's favorite national park is Wrangell St. Elias right here in Alaska. And because he loved the mine and the shade of the mine over in Kennecott so much, he actually called up the national park and asked them for the exact shade that they used and used it right here at CoHost Cabana. They've got incredible hammock chairs out front. They have extra chairs, a picnic table for lounging, and the inside is just as amazing. First of all, the fish, CoHost Cabana, if I didn't mention it already. Welcome inside. As soon as you come in, you have this nice little foyer area where you can relax. This place is basically brand new. If you feel like hanging out alone, there's a chair right here that looks out over the water. First up is the bathroom. The shower is entirely steam. It's supposed to be super spa-like. Can't wait to try that out. I tried the shower. It reminds me of when Tyler and I went to the Sky Lagoon in Iceland and they had this steam room. Essentially the same thing. And the toilet is a composting toilet, meaning even though no toilet paper goes in there, it basically works like a regular toilet. Next up is the kitchen. The kitchen is equipped with everything you would need during your stay and tons of counter space for some cooking, which we will hopefully be doing later. We've got the dining room here. I really want to get this right this time. What kind of stove is this?
Except, that was an electric fireplace, but it's okay.
A wood stove.
They also left us an adorable welcome basket. You guys know how much I love these. They have goodies in there. They left us this soap, which Sarah and Eric actually make themselves. And they of course have their welcome book here. It's a great starting point for your adventure in Halibut Cove. We've also got the nice living room. You can sit right in front of the fireplace, which is gonna be so nice after some kayaking. And that brings us to what I wanna call the enjoy the view room. There's two chairs set up here. They have all their records and their games and puzzles in this room. So even though we did bring our own games, you don't have to. Which brings us to the upstairs of the property. I also just really want to point out that there's an adorable photo here that someone actually drew of the property. The first set of bedrooms here on the second floor. So we have this room, which has a bunk bed.
That's where Deborah's gonna sleep. Top bunk.
And the second bedroom, which is, I want to say a queen bed. Moving on. We have a sitting spot and a gigantic bookshelf here with all Alaska-based items. Our very final spot here at CoHost Cabana, which is the master bedroom. It has a gigantic queen-size bed and the most incredible view overlooking the water. Our first little activity we're doing during our stay is taking the kayaks here on site. Looking good, Tyler.
Thanks. Extra tough life jacket, kayak paddles.
Oh, look at the canoe. Are we too fat for this? That's so scary.
That's not scary.
There's otters. Good? All right, Chef Tyler, what are we having for dinner today?
We're gonna have some salmon.
Woo!
Salmon sandwiches.
Yummy, fresh salmon.
That is really pretty. Is there otters out there?
There are. There's 2 otters right there.
Wow, that's perfect.
That's insane. Salmon burger. Cheers. Cheers. How good.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning from CoHost Cabana. It's actually about 1 p.m., so I really shouldn't say morning, but we spent the entire morning just enjoying the views, and we even took a little kayak trip out to the actual city/town of Halibut Cove. We were really hoping to find the floating oyster farm, but unfortunately, I guess they're closed down for the season. For now, we're gonna kayak across this little bay and hopefully go see the Grewingk Glacier. We are leaving the kayak here in hopes that it doesn't float away by the time we get back.
We go fast. We should be good. Yesterday we were here during high tide and it was only until like here.
So, stay there, kayak. All right, and the switchbacks start now.
That is pretty crazy. You can see our cabin.
Yeah? I'll be honest, the beginning of the saddle trail is pretty steep, but we've made it to the top, we think, and the rest of the way should be pretty flat. We've got about 1.5 miles left until we reach the Glacier Lake. Hopefully the weather stays as awesome as it's been, and we have an incredible view to show you at the end of this hike.
Whoa.
It's insane.
That's amazing.
This is crazy.
On the ice and pond. Now we got glacier ice water. Oh, it's good.
We have officially made it to Grewingk Glacier. This has been on our Alaska bucket list for a while now, but we never really had the time to take the boat over just for this hike. So actually being here right now and being able to experience this is absolutely incredible. There are so many glacier chunks out in the lake. If you brought your kayak or paddleboard, that would be an incredible way to experience it. And I highly recommend bringing a picnic because the beach here is super rocky and it's a great place to just chill out and enjoy the sunshine if you get as nice of weather as we have today. We're gonna chill here for a bit, enjoy the view, and eventually make our way back to CoHost Cabana. It is so steep. All right, Tyler, is our kayak still there?
It's still here. Look how much beach we still got.
It's still there. We had so much extra time. We didn't have to worry at all.
No.
So I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. Once we made it back to the CoHost Cabana, we essentially just cooked dinner.
Eric and Sarah said that we can pick fresh mussels and all you do is fill the pot with some seawater and then boil them in the seawater. So we're gonna do that and have them for dinner. I found the mother lode.
Whoa.
There's starfish.
Really?
Yeah, 2 of them. Right here and right there.
They're huge too. Did you see this jellyfish? It is absolutely wild to me. 1, how much the tide changes here in just a few hours. And 2, how we can just walk out onto like the front yard and go tide pooling and collect mussels. It's crazy. I've never stayed in a place like this. The dinner looks so good. The view looks so good.
Mussels are right from there.
Isn't that crazy?
That's cool. I hope they taste good. Cheers.
Cheers. And now that the tide has gone down a little bit, we're gonna have a nice bonfire right here on the beach.
They were gracious enough to give us some fire starters, which will hopefully help start our fire.
Tyler ate his without me.
Cheers.
Mm-mm. Mmm.
Wow, looking good.
So good.
There's some pancakes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then there's syrup.
It is unfortunately our very last morning here. I'm trying to soak in as much time enjoying these views as I can before our water taxi comes to pick us up in an hour. And honestly, all I really wanted to say is that this is hands down one of the most epic stays that we've ever been in, not just here in Alaska, but throughout all of our travels. And if you have the opportunity to stay here, I highly encourage you to add it to your calendar for next summer. And in the meantime, you can check out some of their other properties that they have. Thanks for being here. Thanks for following along. Make sure to subscribe. We have plenty more Alaska adventures coming up, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Blue helmet. Scratch?
Oh no, just gunk. We either just saw someone's dog or a wolf. I think it's someone's dog.
Oh, good.
There's so many bugs. It's our last pancake.
It's our last pancakes until we go to Walmart and buy more.